Hey everybody, KC here. So the BBC had a story the other day, got me really excited. Basically, it's about how Australia is going to introduce legislation which they call world leading that will ban children under 16 from going on social media. And basically, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese said that the proposed law is aimed at mitigating the harm that social media inflicts on Australian children. And I loved his quote. "This one is for the mums and dads," he said. "They, like me, are worried sick about the safety of our kids online. And I want Australian families to know that the government has their backs." Listen, there'll be no exemption for age limits, none at all, even if parents say they can go on social media. And it's not going to be up to the parents to police it. It'll be up to social media companies, and they'll have 12 months to put this into place if the law passes. And by the way, I'm sure there'll be a lot of lobbying against it. But if the law passes, they'll have 12 months to put in safeguards, age gating software to prevent kids under 16 from going on social media. And they won't, as far as I'm concerned, if they say it's not possible, they're full of it. This is totally possible. They can figure out pretty much anything they want to. And this is going to apply to TikTok, it'll apply to Facebook, it'll apply to Instagram, it'll apply to X. Now, I got to tell you, I love this legislation. I am so glad that social media didn't exist when my kids were young. I think social media, especially for young people, can be this incredibly destructive force. Especially with kids, right? It leads to body shaming. It leads to bullying. Suicidal ideation can come out of it. It's a horrible place for kids to try to survive at a time when their brains are just forming. And it's just not a good place for them to be. Now, I have to say, I'm pretty conservative on this issue. I actually think all schools should ban smartphones. Shouldn't allow them in up to the end of high school. They want to have dumb phones so they can call home, that's fine. No smartphones, no ability to go online, go on the internet while they're in school. Now listen, I'm sure there's some people who are going to say this amounts to government overreach, but I would really disagree with that. If we're just sort of benign actors on the internet, that would be one thing. But there are a lot of malevolent actors out there, both individual and corporate, that are trying to take advantage of, manipulate, and exploit our kids. And something has to be done to stop it. Now, of course, I'm sure this is never going to happen in the U.S. because Elon Musk suddenly finds himself with a political base. Now, I'm not being political about this, so don't accuse me of that. You can go through the Morning Newsbeat archives, and you'll see that for a long time, long before he got interested in politics, I was saying that Elon Musk is a lunatic. I think he's got absolutely no social conscience. Sure, he's creative, no doubt about that. But I think he's got the ethics of a scorpion, and he's got the resources to make sure there'll never be any consequences. But like I said, this will probably never happen in the U.S. because he's got a power base now. We'll probably start to see a law that says that X is going to be mandatory viewing for every American. That's where we're going. Anyway, that's what's on my mind. And as always, I want to hear what's on your mind.